and welcome to Uptown Tonight. Oh man, it's gonna be a great one here. We are doing one that is, it's a first for actually for the Uptown Tonight podcast because we actually have a guest coming in via an outsource, and then they also can actually see what the hell we're doing over here. So science and technology, it's actually working for me today. So I hope it all stays going well and everything else. So if you're out in the live chat, you see something funky or weird, just let me know. I'll try to respond back to you. And again, welcome to Uptown Tonight podcast. It is June 22nd of 2022. It was a glorious day out here. I only hit about 80 degrees. I know where Mike King is at. I don't know what the weather's like out there, but he's near the Chicago area, correct?
Yep, in the Chicago area, yep.
Awesome. And he's with the Gettin Sauced Podcast. But before we get to him, we need you to like, subscribe, and do all that fun stuff. Again, if you want to talk to us in the live chats, go for it, do all that. And that would be very, very helpful for us. But first, I got to talk about me a little bit because, we do fun stuff here on this side. So if I can find what I'm doing. Oh, no, that's not what we want. We want this one. So we got my little ZBs. That's my puppy. That was over a year ago. Right now he's huge. He might come in and say hi to us. But let's see. That's a sideways view of where were we at? Oh, we were at Zorba's at Park Rapids on this one. That was our last show of last weekend. That was on Saturday, and we started on Thursday. So... Oh, and I'm supposed to talk about our shirts. We are getting shirts made up, and they'll be up for sale here very shortly. I don't think we're going to have this on the back, but that does give like a schedule of what we're going to be up to for the next few months. So that's our little tour, and that's what the shirts are going to look like right up front there. And then, let's see. Oh, that's where we started off at in Crookston, Minnesota. We were outside playing for some library thing. It was a great crowd. It was a great evening. I don't think it hit 70 degrees out. It was just perfect. So, no breeze, no nothing. I mean, it was a very, very nice night. And it was, again, another grateful crowd. It was really good. And then the next night, here we are doing our street dance. I cannot quite remember what town. Oh, wait, we were in Page, North Dakota. And that is Brady. He's one of our front men up there, just posing on, ready to get going and ready to rock. And then, and that's for the Zorbas out there, the Chateau Zorbas over in Park Rapids. They treat you extremely well as an entertainer there. Oh, man, we got just tons of free food. They gave us gift cards and everything else before we left. People there are great. We got another date there come up in August. Can't wait to get back to Zorba's. If you ever get a chance to stop by there, the food is great. You got to try the Loden pizza. It has peanut butter on it. I know it sounds weird, peanut butter and jalapenos, but so delicious. You just have to try it. It's so wrong. It's right. And that's a little bit of that's going on. But I do have an actual Mustang Minute for you this week because I actually got out into the garage. All right, next on the agenda, get some antifreeze in this thing. That's gonna go. She is dry. Well, it appears she has some still in her. Beauty. Predator blood. First one out. Woo! Here we go. Don't say and the don't say. Fresh rubber. Gurgle. And that was your Mustang Minute for the week as well. So, yeah, actually got out there. Actually got to do a little work on the old pony. So, again, I'm trying to get that thing ready in 3 weeks. I don't know if it's going to happen anymore. I got a lot of brake work to do on that thing before it's actually going to be roadworthy. But I hope so. But enough about me and whatever the crap I've been up to. Let's talk about Mike. Hey, how you doing there, Mr. King?
I'm doing great, man. You're talking about the weather up there in North Dakota. It's making me pretty jealous. It's been like upper 90s for weeks here in Chicago.
Oh, we had the hundreds hit here for a couple of days, and then all of a sudden this huge storm hit. And of course, it didn't hit until I was at a Buffalo Wild Wings, just waiting for my food. And of course, it was a little bit sunny right before we walked out, and then it freaking just hit. It was terrible. We'll just say it was very, very bad. Soaked before I hit the car, and it was literally like 20 feet from the door. So, but then it cooled down again. Yep, we're back in the 80s and all that fun stuff.
Nice.
So cool. But let's see, how did we ever cross paths in the first place? Do you have any idea? Because I just know that I think I found you on Facebook or something.
Yeah, so I am pretty active in a lot of local Facebook musician groups in various towns around the country and
Okay.
around the world because we interview a lot of musicians on our podcast.
Excellent.
And I think you reached out just interested in getting me on the show. And I think that very next week, my band was playing a show in the aquarium in Fargo, and you
so
guys were
cool.
playing downstairs, and we actually bumped into each other. It was just kind of a random thing.
That's
so, yeah.
what it was. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. So are you originally from the Chicago area, or how's that all work?
Yeah, I'm originally from Illinois, kind of all over the state, in the city, in the suburbs, down in the cornfields for a while. And then the last 2 years, I lived in Fargo with my wife, girlfriend at the time, while she was getting her master's degree at North Dakota State. So just recently moved back down, actually, in March. And I remember your podcast last week, the guest you had, Tori, had just moved to Fargo in March.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was an awesome guest. You guys definitely got the better end out of that trade. So
No, that was just crazy. Like I said, I was looking for a guest for that week because we had some scheduling problems again. And well, I don't know, not to brag, we're booked out for the rest of the summer already. I mean, so
wow.
People trying to remember, I get it. And then you just remind them the week of. So when she came in, and it sounded like she's been in the scene for a long time, and I was like, "Oh, I've been here a couple months." Like, what?
Right.
What? And everyone just loves her. So, and then she had her first public show, I think, yesterday. So, I hope she did great, Tori. If you're out there, I'm sure it went very, very well. It was another beautiful day out here in North Dakota. But so that's cool. So did you have a band while you were in Fargo then, or?
Yeah, I played in an alternative band called Carne.
Okay.
Actually, my buddy Colton Dahl is still running that band, I believe. They just released their first EP, so definitely check them out. They're super cool. Very chill, kind of lo-fi rock vibes. A lot of fun.
Nice. Carne, you said.
Yes.
Yes, perfect. I'll have to look them up, and maybe I'll have to get some of those guys on the podcast. Might be a good idea.
Definitely.
As well. Good idea as well. So what do you play in the band?
I played bass mostly for Carne. I'm also a songwriter, and I do my best to sing a little bit, but you really don't want that if you can avoid it.
Oh, trust me, I'm the drummer. They hide me in the back for a reason. I got 3 great singers. They're all up there. But I don't know, it's still crazy how you guys are up at the aquarium while we were down in Dempsey's. I think it was the last Dempsey show we even played. Probably for a long, long time again. So
Mm-hmm.
No, that is awesome. So you're still playing out in Illinois land, correct?
I am getting a band started right now. We haven't actually completely started yet. I've got, I think, 2 members put together, but I'm looking for 4-ish more. It's going to be a bit of a bigger project.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Yep.
So what kind of music are you thinking about? Or like, what are you putting together here?
It's tough to say. Definitely rock music. That's what I play, but I like to write in all sorts of different genres. Influenced by like Eagles, Jackson Brown, but then also I'll throw in some like Green Day and Nirvana and just run the whole gambit.
That's perfect. That's perfect. So what's your favorite genre to play in then, besides rock?
Besides rock?
Yeah.
Oh man, you're gonna
what kind of rock?
put me in a
You a metal guy? Is it death? Is it goth?
No, nothing quite that heavy. I definitely like kind of the lo-fi, maybe like singer-songwriter, alternative kind of music. There's a lot of room to explore there.
Okay. So you're just definitely like hitting the groove and just letting it roll, huh?
Definitely.
And see what comes out of it. I like that. I like that too. Well, that's awesome. You got a name for this group yet?
Not yet. We're leaning towards Turtle Patrol.
Turtle Patrol.
It's a terrible name that stems from a long, long story from a road trip to South Carolina.
Though. That's the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. No, it'll definitely stick in your brain.
Yep. The Turtle Patrol. Beautiful. Sorry, I got to do multiple things right here at once. So cool. So, well, how did basically you get involved in North Dakota in the first place? I know you had a girlfriend, NDSU, I'm assuming. That's where I'm
Yep.
an alumni from as well. So were you a couple before this all happened? Did something I don't know, just give us your story.
Sure. So I met my now wife in college here in Illinois, and she graduated a year before me and took a year off in between her undergrad and when she was getting her master's degree. Um, and then once I graduated, she ended up getting an offer to come up to North Dakota State University and get her master's degree studying butterflies, of all things.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
yeah, she's very smart. And so I decided I'd come up with her, and we moved up to North Dakota. And she studied butterflies for 2 years. We got engaged while we were up there. We did Fargo, and she got her master's degree. We moved down, and we actually just got married down here last weekend.
Oh, that would explain some of the pictures. So yeah,
Yes.
if you check out his Facebook page, it's all wedding pictures. That's how I remember that. I remember that now.
Indeed.
It was last week I was digging through all that stuff. So that's awesome. That is awesome. So now, what are you doing all down in Illinois then? You just hanging out? You just doing the podcast?
Yeah, I'm a restoration technician for a nature nonprofit. So I
Okay.
work at the largest prairie in the Midwest, and I basically kill bad plants and plant good ones, trying to get it to look kind of how it looked before European settlers came and mucked everything up a little bit.
The
So,
old native stuff.
yep.
I got you. I got you in there. So you get to do anything like with the log cabins or anything like that as well, or is it just you're just working with the fauna?
No, mostly just doing like plant stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or is it flora? Did I screw that up? I wouldn't
Mostly
doubt
flora. My degree is in fauna, but
Okay.
my job is in Florida.
it. Hey.
Not Florida, Florida.
Is that kind of how it works? Is you always sit there and think you're going to go a certain path, and then everything just kind of goes every which direction.
Hey, whatever pays the bills.
Exactly. So explain this Getting Sauced podcast. Where did this all come from? What are you doing with it? Why are you doing this and all that? Other than it's just fun.
That is such a good question. And it definitely is just a lot of fun.
I
But
do this one.
yeah, we originally decided that we just wanted to start a hot sauce company. We thought it would be really fun. We're really good at cooking hot sauces. My co-host Wyatt Dozier and I.
Cooking hot sauces. Where did
Indeed.
this all stem from? Just one day you're 15 and you just started trying to I make a hot sauce, and then it just came out really well. Or
General lack of adult supervision,
hey,
I guess. Curiosity. But we thought, there's so many hot sauce companies. So what can we do to set ourselves apart, kind of get some name recognition? And Wyatt's older brother came up with the idea that maybe we could do a podcast. And since both of us know so much about music, we could make it a music and hot sauce podcast. And, while we're at it, why not get drunk every time we record? Because that's what we do every time we hang out anyways. We just drink beer, talk about hot sauce and music.
It just sounds like a hell of a time.
It's a good time.
Yeah, that's right. Because on your description, you're talking about how you use influence of the music in order to make your recipes. So do you make up recipes on the spot during your during your podcast, or is it something that's pre-done? Or
no, it's 100% on the spot.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, we actually read the lyrics to every song that we're discussing on the show.
Okay.
And then we go deep dive into those lyrics and try to kind of squeeze any ingredient ideas that we can out of them, as well as out of the history of whatever band that we're covering that week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So does this stuff actually turn out? Sometimes.
If we were in Major League Baseball,
okay,
we would be in the Hall of Fame with our batting average.
Interesting, really.
But if we were a free throw shooter, we would never have made the high school basketball team.
I love how you explain. That's awesome.
It's a lot of fun, though.
So cool. Why don't you bring us through one of the episodes? Like, how would you go through there? Like, what was your last one?
Absolutely. So the last one that came out, we actually did one of our local licks episodes, where every once in a while we'll actually bring a musician on the show. We'll interview them and talk a little bit. Sorry, I'm messing with my headphones here.
Oh,
We'll talk a little bit about their music, about what makes them tick, kind of the same thing that we're doing right now.
okay.
And we'll play their music on the show, just kind of get their name out there. That's a big mission of ours, is to help promote small independent musicians that we believe in and try to get their music out there to a bigger audience.
Precisely. Yes.
Yep. And we interviewed North Carolina musician Emmanuel Winter. He's an R&B kind of bluegrassy guy with some hip hop influences thrown in. He's incredible. It's like a neo soul thing that he's got going on, and then he throws in fiddle on top of it. You'd never expect it, but it's just amazing. So we talked to him throughout the podcast about his song Iced Coffee. And of course, when there's a food ingredient in the title of a song, we have to use it in our hot sauce. So then we go on our YouTube channel. Yeah.
Okay.
Iced coffee and caramel.
And caramel.
And caramel.
Oh my gosh.
Indeed. But we have a YouTube channel, The Weekly Drip, where we actually make these hot sauces in a kitchen. Both Wyatt and I have a competition to see who can make the better hot sauce based on our podcast.
Okay.
And we made 2 barbecue sauces out of iced coffee, caramel, and whatever other ingredients we talked about throughout the show.
That would make sense.
And they ended up awesome. Like, this is just, it doesn't make any sense, but it was just one time that it really worked out.
So I'm getting this. So basically you use the influence of whatever music you're listening to, whatever else, to write the recipes, but you don't actually cook it on the podcast.
Correct. We have a YouTube channel where we actually cook it on video.
And then you jump into the kitchen and all chaos ensues.
So much chaos and explosions. Lots of explosions, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Blenders.
And you don't have this on video? What?
Well, the kitchen parts are on video on the Weekly
really?
Drip on YouTube.
Oh,
yes.
dude, I gotta check them out.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, that is freaking awesome. That's just real interesting idea how to do that. So what do you plan on doing with these hot sauce stuff? Do you actually make this, produce it, sell it, anything like that, or is it just mostly for fun?
Not yet. We're still kind of in the marketing stage.
Okay.
We are just focusing on the podcast and the YouTube channel right now, but we're hoping by the end of this year or the beginning of next year, we'll be able to actually set up a kitchen, get FDA approval, set up some distribution, and start shipping these out.
Oh, the fun red tape stuff. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
No, that's cool. I'm glad you got that trajectory that you're going on. And yeah, it's a great marketing starting all this stuff. 'Cause that's basically why I started this too. 'Cause my whole idea was that a rising tide raises all ships, and we're just coming right out of Corona. And it's basically, if we can get out more of the word of, like, for me, it was Fargo Moorhead entertainers and all that stuff, which you were one. So
I was.
We'll bring you back anytime there, Mike. So anytime you're in town, yeah, definitely give us a ring or whatever you got to do there. But no, so that was my whole idea, and that's why we started this podcast as well. So same, almost on the same vein, just that, no, we don't do anything that's anything sort of tasty.
I mean, tasty licks, right?
Well, maybe a few singers on here, but mainly all my stuff is just all retro junk that's just hanging around out in the back.
I mean, that's fun.
It can be. They can be. But I can't say how old you are, but I don't know, I'm an old man compared to you. So,
it's not the years, it's the mileage. That's what I say.
There we go. See, that's so romantic. I love that. You're a great guy, Mike. So let's get to some of your photos here.
Sure.
And let's see. Because I know this first one, I just yanked this off your Facebook page. That's right there. Because I was trying to find a photo of just you and you alone, but I'm guessing this is your father or someone?
Yep, that's my stepdad.
And you're wearing a marching band uniform.
I am, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. I've been in drum corps since 1992. So,
oh, nice.
Yep. That's my big gig. I love the marching stuff. So Where was this at? I'm guessing Illinois.
Yep, that was my high school, Monticello Marching Sages. We were a very good marching band, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, we won a lot of competitions. I was a trumpet player. If you listen to the show, my co-host Wyatt is still super into sousaphones. He drove to New York last week to pick up a 1930s Martin sousaphone because it has a joint that he likes.
Beautiful.
Oh, he's such a nerd.
I was a music educator, so the tuba always drew me in just because that was where the power was and how it made my face rumble every time I played it. So I'm just a dumb drummer, so I was always hitting things all the way up until like we actually got to learn how to do these things in college. So, but again, the marching thing though, that's my expertise. Is usually at least what people know me by is by all my drumline experience and stuff like that.
Oh, very cool.
So, no, I saw that. Had to bring that out just to show that yes, band geeks, marching band. I like it. It's cool. So let's go to your next one here. Eagles.
Yeah.
Is that you guys in the kitchen? I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's one of our videos for the weekly drip. That is in Wyatt's old kitchen. I believe the second of the 5 or 6 kitchens we've filmed in because we were just moving around so much lately.
It happens like that sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, YouTube, the algorithm to have people watch your videos really likes consistency.
Oh,
and we like to say, we don't care about consistency.
Consistently getting stuff out. The weekly drip, and that's what that is called.
Yep, that's the YouTube page.
That's on YouTube, so I'll definitely get a link for that and get it on the bottom there. I do have links for almost all your other stuff, but I don't know if I have that one.
Okay.
And then here we go with the sousaphones in the back. So I kind of thought that you might have played the sousaphone. That's your partner in crime.
I can play the sousaphone very badly. As someone who was a trumpet player many years ago, can kind of play a sousaphone.
Drop the lower lip. Yeah, you got this.
But Wyatt is a very good sousaphone player. This is us trying to record the podcast in the same room. It did not work.
Oh, I just see the drum set and the bass back there. So,
yeah, we like to jam out.
Oh my gosh, is that a mute? You got a tuba mute way up there?
I want to say it's actually a trombone.
Okay, I was gonna say it didn't look that big, but boop, boop. Oh, there we are back in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's I think the third kitchen of the 5 or 6 kitchens. And that's a tiny whisk that I use to make a spicy nacho cheese.
So what was your favorite kitchen?
Probably the one I'm in now.
Okay.
Our new apartment in Chicago. It's very nice. We have a little roll-away table that works really well for being able to actually set up like a nice shot for the videos.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now you're pondering here. I saw the caption, but I'm going to let you explain it.
So Buffalo Wild Wings, which is my favorite chain restaurant, recently came out with a Doritos Flamin' Hot wing sauce.
Yes.
And this was right before I actually tried the sauce. I consider myself a bit of a connoisseur of hot sauces, of course. And I was going to be very critical of this. I thought there's no way they're going to do it well. But I was shocked because it actually was very, very good. Yeah, well done.
Was it very good?
I really like it.
I like the Flaming Hot along with a nice cold 40 of Mickey's. So those are on those very, very interesting nights. So I couldn't fathom just like eating those just for fun.
I recommend it, especially with the $3 Wild Herd Buffalo Wild Wings draft beer. It's very good.
Oh, gotcha. Wild Herd.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that an exclusive there, or is that?
It is. It's their beer that's made by Goose Island Brewery here in Chicago.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Any breweries you missed back from Fargo?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Junkyard. Oh,
Junkyard. Everyone goes
love
to
Junkyard.
Junkyard.
Junkyard's great. Fargo Brewing. I lived right by Fargo Brewing.
Okay. See, I still haven't been in Fargo Brewing, and I know they got the venue in there and everything else. So,
yeah, I never actually went inside, but I could hear the concerts from like my apartment, so that was nice.
Well, that's good. At least only got the power out there.
Yep.
Got the power. Cool. Well, I'm going to get to our weekly report here, but this is what I'm going to ask you. First off, is there a hot sauce you made that even you couldn't take? I'm guessing that you're a connoisseur of spice. So I'm going to let you come up with that and maybe even tell a little bit of the recipe at the same time. So I'm going to get to our weekly report here. So I know Cito's not here today, but I'll try to fill in. All right, Uptown, we are going to the windbreak. So we got October Road's going to be out there tomorrow on Ladies' Night and Friday, the 23rd, 24th. Back for more. It's good friends of ours. They do a lot of classic rock, like Judas Priest and all that. I mean, the singer can just hit those notes. It's really, really cool. They'll be there on Saturday, the 25th. Shooting Star, we got Jerry Schmidt Band, the Mustang Lounge, Friday and Saturday at the Tech. We got Annie Jr. starting tonight and tomorrow. We're out of town. We're at the Owen Minot. Otherwise, we'll be there on Tuesday next week. Laughing Sun Brewery and Bismarck, Mandan area. We have the Good Boys. Thursday the 23rd, Colton J and the Others on Friday. Jennifer Lynn and the Groove Revival on Saturday. The Bizman, Little Big Band, will be there on Monday the 27th. And then Jimmy Jake Whitaker, his fundraiser, is going to be there on Tuesday the 28th. A lot of stuff going on out there in Bismarck at the Laughing Sun. Sandbar 2 in Detroit Lake. Zach Thomas, Friday the 24th at the Top Hat in Mayville. Oh, Uptown, I guess that's us. We're going to be out there on Saturday the 25th. Can't wait to do that. They've been doing a lot of advertising for us. That's going to be an awesome show. Roadhouse, Lake Park. We got Gina Powers out there on Saturday the 25th. And then Zorba's in Park Rapids, one of our favorite places to play. They treat you well. Scott Jasmine will be out there on Friday. And then we're going to go downtown at Dempsey's, where Mike and I met. Let's see, open mic with Gina Powers on Thursday, and then Winter Sloth. I love these names. On Friday the 24th. Aquarium, The Unlikely Candidates on Thursday the 23rd. Yaks, Cupcake, The Flamingos. Pookie Bee, Sloshy will be there Friday the 24th. Mary Boo, Porchlight, Orange, Divine Offering on Saturday, wrapping out the weekend there. DCR, the Drum Con Wrath. We got open mic night with Travis Neros, another good friend of ours, on Thursday the 23rd. And then Specs, Asking for a Friend, will be out there on Friday the 24th, not the 17th. I'm not sure why that's there. And then we're still going downtown. Front Street Tap Room, we got Vinyl and Vino on the Thursday tomorrow. And then open mic night again with Travis Neros. He gets around. He does a very good job with his open mics. Get on out there if you can. Monday the 27th on the Fargo Brewing, we got Chase Rice and Alexandria K. and Brianna Hebling will be heading it out on this Thursday the 23rd. And then we got our downtown acoustic corner. Looks like only Thursday this week is going to be rocking our acoustic stuff in Fargo. But let's see, we got Thursday, we got the R&R. Roman and Rick will be at the Pub West. Mike Oregano at the Side Street. Rick Adams, 701 on the roof. And then we got Jim White at the Spicy Pie in West Fargo. Sean Mitzel will be out there at the Silver Spike. And I believe that's all we have for this week, but it's going to be a good one. So get on out there, support everybody, and remember that these dates and times can be changed at any given moment, so please get a hold of either the artist or the venue you're heading before you head on out. But now let's get back to Mike. So how we doing, Mike?
Doing great, man. I love hearing all those names. Makes me miss Fargo.
Oh, man. Yeah. That's actually kind of a slow weekend. Usually we have a ton more on there, but yeah, it's getting summer.
Yeah, the music seems so great.
It's interesting. Were you here during the summer times when you were here those
Yes.
few years, and just how the place just empties out? It's crazy.
Oh, absolutely.
Man, it's like, I think what they said was 20,000 people are gone during the summertime just because that was just all the college people or whatever else. I just remember, like, on the 4th of July, you could literally walk down. I'm not saying do this. I'm just saying you could probably literally walk down Main Street and not get hit by anybody. There's nobody out there. Just a ghost town. Everyone's at the lakes. But let's get to Mike. Okay, spicy hot sauce. Do you have one?
Yeah, so the one that jumps to mind, I call Dixieland Destruction.
Dixieland Destruction.
It's all musical themes.
I love it.
So Dixieland Destruction is made with Carolina Reaper peppers, which is the hottest pepper in the world.
Ooh.
Made by Reaper Joe down in South Carolina, I believe.
Okay.
And I put those Carolina Reaper peppers in a blender with peach moonshine and fresh peaches and just a little bit of apple cider vinegar and then some salt, and I blend it all up. And it is very sweet at first, but then it just absolutely lights your shit up.
So why do you do this to yourself? Is it just kind of fun or what? Because I know
So
when I
I
was
think
younger, I used to love just, seeing how much heat I could take. And we used to go to, back in those days, it was like Hooters was the big wing place to go to. And they had this thing called the 3 Mile Island. And we used to just sit there getting by the 20s and just freaking pound those suckers. But I don't know. I'm getting old. I don't know if I can take it anymore. But why do you do it? It's just...
Yeah, I think that I was just a person that was born with like probably less taste buds than most people have, and I just need really strong flavors so I feel things, but then it just turned into an obsession at this point.
Okay. So you like going that blazing hot like that? Not the coin from Buffalo Wild Wings, but is it just kind of like something you do on, just for fun here and there?
There are very few meals that I eat during the day that I don't coat in hot sauce.
Oh,
my
serious?
wife can confirm that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
A stomach of steel. That is awesome. So growing up, tell us about that as growing up, and how'd you get into this hot sauce realm? So
my mom likes to tell the story.
Not really a hot sauce type place.
Right. We have addressed this on the show that you can't trust anything we say about hot sauces because we are from the Midwest. I remember I used to work at J. Emily's Moorhead, and I remember seeing a group of college girls actually chase a tequila shot with ranch. It's the most Midwestern thing I've ever seen.
That is true, unfortunately, yes.
My mom likes to tell a story that when she's pregnant with me, all she would ever crave was like hot Cheetos. So I think it's genetically encoded into me somehow that I just need hot food. I've always liked it since I was a little kid.
Interesting.
Yep.
So what was it like growing up in Illinois then?
I look back on it very fondly.
Okay.
Both when I was living in the bigger city and back when I moved down to the cornfields. Chicago's a great city. It's my favorite city in the world. No offense, Fargo, you're close second. But but there's just so much to do there. It's a beautiful city. I love sports, and the Cubs are, well, they're bad again, but they're good for a little while there.
See, I used to be a diehard Cubs fan just because they lost all the time. So I used to like that because I knew exactly what was going to happen. Then they started winning, and I was like, I don't know if I could do this.
You can like them again now because they're very bad again.
Are they very bad again? Okay.
They are.
The Twins started 20 minutes ago. I really got back into the Twins. But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, that's okay. No. And then growing up down in central Illinois, I also love because I lived like really close to a river, so I get really into like hiking and fishing, and that's how I got into all the nature stuff, doing what I'm doing for a job now. So yeah, loved it.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So how'd you get into music in the first place? Did parents put you in piano lessons, or just start up just in school, or how did all that come together?
Yeah, so growing up, we'd take a lot of road trips for vacations. We didn't really fly a lot of places.
Okay.
And the two albums that my mom really liked to play in the car were Jimmy Buffett's Songs You Know by Heart and Eagles' Hotel California.
Oh,
and the Eagles to this day are my favorite band. They always will be.
Okay.
So that got me into music a little bit, into like the kind of, I told you, I like the kind of chill, nice, vibey music. And of course, Jimmy Buffett and Eagles are both very chill. And then of course, got into playing trumpet when I was in elementary school. And then once I grew up a little bit into high school and stuff, I realized, hey, trumpet's fun, but I kind of want to rock. So I taught myself guitar and tried to teach myself how to sing, and been doing it ever since.
Excellent. But then you were playing bass while you were up here, so you just kind of ended up on that instrument.
Yeah, I picked it up along the way. Everyone needs a bassist.
Of course. And good basses are really hard to find. So,
yep.
So I'm really happy to be hanging out with Cito. He's pretty good on that thing. So, Cito, if you're watching this, appreciate you, man. Oh, that's cool. So when did you start actually playing guitar then? Was that in high school, or you pick it up afterwards, or?
Yeah, it was probably like middle school, early high school is when I really started getting into it. I wouldn't consider myself a very great guitar player by any means. I just kind of play enough to get by with my songwriting, which is really my biggest passion with music.
Well, that's fair. But so how'd you get into there? Is you like, just, Mom, I want a guitar, and then it just showed up, or?
Actually, that's a pretty good story.
Okay, let's hear that, because I know with me, I always begged for the guitar. I never got it, but then my younger brother, he just handed it to him. So I always stole his.
The youngest always gets whatever they want. I'm pretty sure my youngest brother's watching this right now, so I feel good saying that. But yeah, when I was a little kid, like I had one of those crappy first act electric guitars that you couldn't even like press the frets down. The action was so high on it.
Oh, they're beautiful. I got one right outside this door.
I'd mess around on that all the time, trying to get it to make any noise whatsoever, and just would mess around, couldn't do it. So when I really wanted to play guitar, I'd beg my mom, can I please have a guitar? And she ends up telling me, you know what, your dad's old guitar is probably somewhere at your brother's house. My dad passed away when I was a very young kid. I never even had a guitar. He didn't play any music. And it came as a big surprise to me, but I was like, okay, can we please go get that? She said, yeah, when we go up for Christmas and visit your brothers, you can ask them. So Christmas come along, and I go up and visit my brothers, and they're like, oh yeah, we have that old guitar. And they pull it out of the back of a closet, and there's one like high E string still on it. The rest are all broken, and the neck's all warped, and it's dusted to all hell, and in terrible shape. But it's it's got good enough bones. It's an Ibanez Artwood, which is a decent little acoustic guitar.
Nice.
And I spent so much time and money getting that like back up into playing shape, and that's still my favorite guitar that I have right now, and that's what I ended up learning on.
That is very, very cool. And that'd be vintage instruments too. So there's a couple of guitar guys in town that they really love the old Ibanez stuff. So that's awesome. No, and he's still playing that today?
Absolutely. That's my go-to guitar. It's what I write all my songs on.
Excellent. That is cool. But let's see here. That is something we don't want to destroy, but do we want a little Juvenile Destruction? I think we need to get to some Juvenile Destruction. So here we go. This week's Off the Roof. Perfect game too. You're hired. And there was this week's Off the Roof. Yes. Yeah, my puppy decided he was mad at me one day, so the pool that we got for him, I just looked out back, and all of a sudden I saw him running across the yard with it, and I'm like, "Ow, you son!" Yeah, surely enough, he ate a hole right through the bottom of it. So that thing had to go off the roof too, and we tried dressing it up a little bit. You can see there, but it is what it is. But again, we got a bunch of stuff that's going to be really nasty that's coming out here shortly, because we just kind of redid one of the bathrooms, and Yeah, that's your only hint of what's going to be happening in the next few weeks. So that's our off the roof. That's the old stupid party stuff we used to do. Yeah, you can watch. It was with Dan and Tyler. I can't remember which number it was, 65 or 66 or something like that. They were the originators with me with the off the roof stuff back in the 90s. So if you want to check that out, go for it and all that. So, Getting Sauced Podcast going on. It's going well. What episode are you on?
We are releasing episode 11 tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. Oh, so you got to check that out. Where can you find that on?
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher. We're just figuring out how to get them all up on YouTube, so that's coming out here. Pretty much anywhere you can get podcasts.
Awesome. And I'm just trying to figure out how to get this thing on more than just YouTube, so that's my homework for the next week. After I figure out my stream deck, I'm trying to get something a little more, this looking a little more professional than what I'm doing. So that's awesome. All right, and then where else can they find you at?
Yeah, on YouTube, check us out at The Weekly Drip. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Hot 100 Sauces, The Weekly Drip, and Gettin Sauced. We do not know how to use social media. It is all terrible content. I recommend you follow it. It's hilarious.
That's perfect, Mike. Oh, I love that. And hopefully hot sauce coming out here pretty soon, too. So
definitely.
Yeah. Whenever that stuff starts happening, get a hold of me, and we'll bring you back on to sit there and kind of launch that through this area, too. That'd be really cool. Plus,
Sounds good. I'll send you a bottle.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to try that, whatever nasty stuff you're talking about. That'd be really fun to do. So, you got anything left for the good of the order? Any other stories you want to tell?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty much all I got.
All you got? Oh, I bet there's more in there, but we'll dig for that next time. So, remember, if your drummer has more charisma than your front man, your band may be in trouble. But that's why my band's doing just fine. So, until next time, thanks a lot, Mike.
Thank you.
It's just a little baby turtle. Look at him go.